I'm a native Texan, and 20 years ago, I'd never been to Mexico, and about the only Spanish I spoke was on the menu at Taco Bell. In fact, that little Chihuahua, Yo Quiero Taco Bell, that dog spoke better Spanish. But for reasons I won't go into now, my late wife Laurie and I decided to move both our family and my business south of the border. It was quite an adventure and misadventure. In fact, I said to my Mexican partner after we lived there a while, you know, Adolfo, Mexico is such a different country. He said, no, Michael, for you Americans, Mexico is another planet. Es otro planeta. But Michael, you should write a book on how to do business in Mexico. I said, no, Adolfo, I should write a book on how not to do business in Mexico. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Before I moved my business and my family to Mexico, I figured I probably ought to learn Spanish. So I took a 2-week crash burlesque course in Spanish and quickly realized that my mastery of German was going to be absolutely no help with Spanish. So I decided to take 6 months off, enrolled in a Spanish institute in Cuernavaca, Mexico, 8 hours of tutoring a day, living with a Mexican family that spoke no English. That first day, I walked down the stairs to my Mexican family, complaining in my broken Spanish that I couldn't find any ham in my bathroom. I said jamón instead of jabón. But the senora was very understanding and polite. She brought me both a bar of soap and a torta de jamón, a ham sandwich, just in case there was something Americans did with ham in the bathroom that she didn't know about and didn't want to know about. Things work differently on planet Mexico, like the way they say no by saying yes. It's truly an art form. We Americans are the last ones to know because all we hear is the yes part. Like our muchacha, Berta, our live-in maid. Laurie and I traveled around Latin America a lot, and we'd be gone from the house for sometimes a week at a time. So Laurie would line out Berta on the projects that she wanted to do while we were gone. Berta would always sincerely shake her head, sí, señora, si Dios quiere. Now, I heard 2 C's there, yes. But that second C doesn't mean yes. It means if. Yes, Miss Laurie, if God wills. Oh. So if you come back after a week and it ain't done, obviously God didn't will it. Otro planeta. Other key concepts from Mexico. Does anyone here know what the Spanish word mañana means?
Tomorrow.
No. It took me 3 years of living there to realize the truth. Mañana does not mean tomorrow. What it does mean is absolutely, positively not today. I'll do it mañana means 100% for sure, you can count on me, senor, I will not do it today. End of story. Deal with it, gringo. There's so much more to learn that we can learn from Mexico. Economic development. Mexicans in small villages have a unique approach, placing burning tires across the highway. If you want to go past, you stop at the local store and you buy something. Instant economic stimulus. In fact, I heard President Obama is so desperate to kickstart our economy that he added burning tires to the jobs bill that they just sent to Congress. And then there's the topes. Now, to the uninitiated, a tope looks like a giant speed bump in the highway. Concrete. But they're not. They're tank traps designed to destroy the undercarriage of any motorized vehicle that hits them. And they have a very unique approach to signage in Mexico. In the U.S., we place a sign before the speed bump that says something like, warning, speed bump ahead, slow down. In Mexico, they place the sign after the speed bump. So when you hit that thing going 60 miles an hour at night, and you're launched into a Dukes of Hazzard death march, and you're screaming, what was that? There in the glare of your headlights is a sign that reads, that was a tope, gringo. But this intergalactic exchange of cultures with planet Mexico was not a one-sided street. You see, Adolfo was just as amazed and bewildered by things Texan and American as we were about Mexico. In fact, before we moved to Mexico, I invited Adolfo to come up and spend some time with us in Fort Worth to get to know our culture a little better. And his favorite place to eat was Hooters.
Yeah.
The first time we went, he stared at the waitresses, and then he stared at the menu. And finally he asked me, totally perplexed, "Michael, what is this chicken fried chicken?" I said, "Adolfo, it's very, very simple. You see, in Texas, we have southern fried chicken which is battered and fried. Then we have chicken fried steak, which is battered and fried like southern fried chicken. Then we have chicken fried chicken, which is battered and fried like chicken fried steak." Adolfo had a look on his face that was probably about the same as mine when my car hit that tope, with me screaming, "What was that?" But he composed himself and slowly he shook his head yes, looking around the restaurant saying, "Sí, Michael, claro, Texas es otro planeta."